All right, Coach. Obviously, back at it with Nevada. What needs to change from the first time you guys met for a different result tomorrow night?
Well, they came in here and they played a great game. I mean, you got to give them credit. And we hung with them, couldn't really break down that barrier of 5, 3, 8. It was most of the game, and then they just blew it open at the end. So, yeah, we're going to obviously have to play a little better, make some shots, and you got to be able to rebound with them. They're a great rebounding team. And, 20 offensive rebounds their last game. And, they get on a roll offensively, and they're tough stuff.
They played great, but what is it about your team right now that might be different than the last time you guys met? Is there anything?
Well, I do think we're playing better and improving, but that's a hard thing to measure, and it's a hard thing. It has to show up that night. It has to show up Wednesday tomorrow in Reno. That's the biggest thing.
I mean, they've got as good a starting five as there is in the conference, but they're kind of thin outside of that starting five. How important is it going to be to be aggressive and maybe try to get them in foul trouble a little bit?
Well, I don't know. I mean, so those are good theories that you could hopefully get to that, but you can't worry about it really. You can't go out of your way of what you do to try to do that. And if that happens, then maybe that, but they have got good guys coming off the bench too. That, I don't think that's that much of a factor.
Offensively, what makes them so challenging?
Well, they have a bunch of guys that make contested shots. They can make tough shots over and over again, and they got more than one guy that can do it. They got all 5 guys on the court at all times can score, and they can all explode, score a lot.
For you, who is the key to their offense? Is it Marshall? Is it all? I mean, Oliver had a really nice game last time he was here. Who's the main guy?
Again, I don't think it's just one guy, and that's what makes them so difficult. If you just put all your attention to one guy, they got a bunch of others that can. Fenner was terrific here, and so it can never be. That's what makes them so difficult to guard and so difficult to stop.
This team, young team at the beginning of the year, they're obviously a mature team now. They've grown, but you're playing at the top of the pile, and all these games are big, and week after week, game after game, it gets bigger and bigger. How are they handling that as a young group?
Yeah, it's if you would have told me in August that we were going to be right here in late February, tied with 2 other teams and 4 games to go, and here we go. I would have taken it. It's the growth of this team has been amazing, and I think we continue to grow, and hopefully we can do that in the next 3 weeks, because when you get to conference tournament too, we have to get better, and there's still a lot of things we can get better at.
How do you handle a game like this when you guys are both tied atop the conference with only a few games remaining? Do you tell your guys, obviously it's a huge game, or do you just kind of play any other game?
Well, it's not any other game. I mean, they're not dumb. They know that, but they also know that we did. They put us in this position where we get to play these games. Not everybody. There's very few teams around the country that are playing these games right now. That have meaning in the conference championship. So, we're excited to do it. We're excited to get on the plane and go to Reno.
We talk about Paris and Chandler and guys like that a lot, but David Wacker has really kind of stepped up over the last couple weeks in terms of just what was that? Good timing.
His ears were burning.
Just his defense, his rebounding. He kind of gets the second chance point. I mean, just how big has he been for you guys over the stretch?
He's been huge, and he's playing with the stress reaction, and where he chose to play with us, and he's been. We wouldn't be where we are if David wasn't doing what he's doing, and we talk about Paris, we talk about Chandler and their improvement, and we got a lot of guys that are getting better and better as the season goes, and if we can continue that throughout the rest of this year and on into next year, I mean, there's some really, really exciting things for us.
Thank you, sir.